What's up, guys? That was like a struggle jump. Did you see that? Like I could barely lift off the floor. Anyway, what's up? Guess what? It's Wednesday. You get crazy hair, Allison, today. And it is time for another PT at home. All right, so today we're going to work on a little bit of that sort of SI area, which you get to look at my butt. This joint, it sort of happens right in here. A lot of people talk about back pain sort of right along that area. You've got a joint that sits back there that can get out of whack and sort of cause low back pain and problems. So we're going to work on something we can do sitting. And so it's easy, right? Doesn't take a lot of time, but there's a few things you need to think about while you're doing it, okay? So you can sit in any chair, right? I'm going to sit on my bench here. Hi, here's my baby. You can't see her face a little bit. So basically what you're going to do is, I'm going to turn this a little and zoom just a bit. Okay. So I'm going to sit in the chair or on a chair, right? You kind of want to sit forward. You don't want to be all the way back because you kind of need to have a little bit of movement happen here. So you're going to sit forward on your chair. You don't want it to be too high or too low, right? So you're kind of having your legs straight out and your feet flat on the floor because you don't want to sort of be up like this. So the idea is you're going to put your fists together, right? So you're just sort of making a barrier, right? And that's going to go in between your knees, okay? So I'm going to show you this way, all right? So stop saying right. All right, so hands are together in between your knees, right? So there is a little bit of bend. I don't want a big slouch, right? Try to sit up a little bit, makes it a little harder, but better posture. So with your hands between your knees, and your feet are about hip distance. So they're not too wide and they're not too narrow. They're just about hip distance apart. So what you're going to do here is squeeze your knees together, like you're squeezing your fists. Now, the thing you have to think about with this one is you're not squeezing your butt. It's not a squeeze everything. It is a squeeze from your knees. Because what we're trying to do a little bit, and this is not a huge thing that happens, but if you think about your butt being here and your knees here. When you're squeezing here, it gives a little bit of a gap, a very little, it's not a huge one, a little bit of a gap sort of right in that SI area. So what you're gonna do is squeeze from your knees. Let your butt relax, it's not a butt squeeze. Squeeze, count to 3, and relax. So I'm gonna show you from this direction. Squeeze, count to 3, and relax. Good. And you do that about 10 times. You can do it in any chair. Just be careful of your posture and make sure you're squeezing at your knees, not your butt. It takes some practice because everything wants to tighten up, okay? But it can be real helpful for loosening up that sort of SI area. So there you go. Happy Wednesday. Have a good one.